What
It's
is love?
Sapper,
Baby,
it's
subscribe to
Sapper,
me.
it's Sapper the
Subscribe to
Sappy
me,
and who-
please.
Come on, Fluttershy. The party can't start till the party supplies get there. Happy to help, but can I carry balloons next time? Listen, every pony, I've got something really important to say. This is not.
Now you're on my time, you little skunk! Give me the crystals!
Season 3 starts off with an introduction to Princess Cadence's kingdom, and in my opinion it's a good episode, but there's not much to discuss, so I'll try and keep this one speedy, but I'll also explain the important stuff. It starts with Celestia being informed that some vague thing has arrived, and she calls Twilight over, claiming she has an important test for her. And Luna's like, "Are you sure you want to send the kid to her almost definite doom?" And Celestia's like, "When she saves the Crystal Empire, she'll be ready." Sounds a bit foreshadowy to me, honestly. She explains to Twilight that the Crystal Empire, which is ruled by Cadence, is under attack by King Sombra, who was the overthrown tyrannical ruler of the Empire. He's sort of like Calamity Ganon from Breath of the Wild, where instead of being like a normal person, he's more like an entity, which I think is pretty neat. She then sends Twilight to defend the Crystal Empire with no knowledge on how to do so. Okay, Celestia, question 1. How the hell do you know Twilight isn't gonna die there, you asshole? You seriously couldn't think of anything else for her to do? Question 2, you're a bitch.
But what if I fail?
You won't.
But what if...
You won't. But Twilight, in the end, it must be you and you alone who ultimately assists Princess Cadence and Shining Armor in doing what needs to be done to protect the Empire. Do you understand? Then go. There is no time to lose.
Bye, bitch!
Off she goes with her friends, and Shining Armor helps them all get to the Empire safely, but King Sombra ruins Shining Armor's horn so he can't use magic now. They go into the castle, and he explains that Cadence's magic is the only thing holding back Calamity Ganon, but she's getting tired, so they need to tend to the divine beasts and find the Master Sword in order to fight back. Twilight informs him he's thinking of the wrong IP, so he's like, just find out how to raise the town's defenses before Cadence passes out, okay? They go around town, but everyone has amnesia and is about as depressed as me in the morning. Quick side note, I like how the Crystal Empire ponies have angular reflection in their eyes. That is all. Nobody can provide answers, so they go to the library and come across the history of the Crystal Empire, saying they need to renew the spirit of love and harmony in the Empire with a festival in order to fend off King Sombra, which is about the cheesiest shit I've ever heard. They go around setting up this festival, including something called the Crystal Heart, but find out they don't need a Crystal Heart, they need the Crystal Heart, which Sombra hid somewhere in the kingdom. Cadence then passes out from boredom, and they all get nervous.
Twily.
Everyone at the festival is having a good time and looking all shiny and shit, which means the festival is working, but Twilight says to keep them away from their crappy crystal heart they made with paper mache while she finds the real one. She goes to the throne room and uses dark magic to open a secret staircase. Twilight starts clippity-clopping down the steps until she starts thumpity-thumping. When she gets to the bottom, she finds a door that leads to the most interesting part of the episode. When she enters the door, she finds herself back at the Canterlot Castle. Then this happens.
What are you doing here?
I don't know. I opened the door
And now you must go.
Go where?
It doesn't matter to me. You failed the test, Twilight.
I don't understand. The test?
Not only will you not move on to the next level of your studies, you won't continue your studies at all.
She starts crying and wakes up to find herself staring at a door to nowhere, which is some serious SCP shit. Spike then comes down and accidentally goes through the same thing she did, and it actually made me a bit sad for him.
I mean, it's just a wall.
Ponyville? Well, how did I get... No!
Twilight deduces the door shows your greatest fear to scare you into going away, then she uses black magic to get through.
Crystals. Of course.
Twilight needs to hurry, so she uses her experience playing Gravity Rush to turn gravity upside down and use the underside of the staircase as a slide. She finds the heart, but Sombra traps her inside. With no way of escaping, and at the risk of failing Celestia's test, she tells Spike to deliver the heart for her. Spike puts on his hero boots and tries to climb down the castle walls, but falls off when King Sombra comes after him. Shining Armor then throws his enfeebled wife like a damn football, and they nab the crystal heart. She puts it in place, and love, harmony, and unbridled lust is restored to the kingdom, then King Sombra loses. Twilight goes back and Celestia says, "You passed the test like a true champion." They all sing a song and the episode ends. Time! Yes!
Sup, bitches? It's Chad Warden here. Alright, I'm talking about that PS triple. The PS triple. I ain't talking about that Wii.
This was a good episode, and it helps you understand a lot about what keeps Pinkie Pie happy. Both Rainbow Dash and Applejack have fun plans for Pinkie Pie, but they are having these events at the same time. With Pinkie Pie wanting to satisfy both of them, she tries to come up with a schedule that would work, but then Twilight gives some unintentionally bad advice.
If I can cut my time by only 20 minutes, I'm good.
Oh, Pinkie, I'm afraid no matter how hard you try, the only way to pull something like that off is if there's more of you to go around.
That's it, Twilight! The Legend of the Miracle!
Legend of the Who, what now?
So the Mirror Pool is a mythical reflective pond that can apparently clone you. Pinkie thinks if she can't go to both events at the same time, she can make a copy of herself to do it for her and keep the other person occupied.
And into her own reflection she stared, yearning for one whose reflection she shared, and solemnly swear not to be scared at the prospect of being doubly mirrored.
Excuse me, what?
She instructs her clone to go to Applejack's event while she goes to Rainbow Dash, but on the way, Fluttershy asks if the clone wants to join her picnic, which makes the clone want a clone of her own, so they both go and make 2 extra clones.
And I ordered a double-double, but they gave me the double-double-double-double.
But then the clones start cloning themselves, which snowballs into having a cave filled with obnoxious party animals. The original Pinkie tries to make the best of it and instructs the clones on what to do, but they obviously end up doing their own thing and causing massive problems. Within a matter of hours, the townsfolk are complaining to Twilight, asking for an answer. After some research, she uncovers she can erase the clones, but must find the real one to avoid erasing her by accident.
Does any pony here know how we can tell the real Pinkie Pie from all the rest of them?
I don't know. Twilight, I have to talk to you. I need your help.
Excuse me, whoever you are, but I'm not talking to any of you Pinkies unless you're the real Pinkie.
Oh, but I am the real Pinkie. No, you're not. I'm the real Pinkie. I'm the real Pinkie. No, I'm the real Pinkie. I'm the real Pinkie. No, I'm the real Pinkie. I'm the real Pinkie. I'm the real.
So by now, Twilight has no idea who the real one is, and while out in town, Spike sees one acting sad, and Twilight says,
Please, the real Pinkie Pie never sat that long in one place her whole life.
but then when approached by Spike, the sad Pinkie says this.
Let me guess. You're the real Pinkie Pie.
Heck if I know. Could be any one of us if you ask me. And if I said I was the real Pinkie, you wouldn't even believe me anyway.
I know it sounds weird, but this scene led me to some pretty dark thoughts. Think about this. If we are to assume that the Pinkie Pie wanting Twilight's serious attention and this one experiencing an existential crisis is the real one, then that means these clones are copies of the subject boiled down to their most notable attributes as most people would see them. So if someone like you were to use the mirror pool and make a clone of yourself, boiled down to your most notable personality traits, how confident are you that the people you know could identify you from a clone? And if someone says they could do it, how would you know they genuinely could? Could they have a conversation with you and grasp the nuances of your real personality, or would they just identify something simple they have in common with your clone and just go with them instead? Sorry, I'm done. So the sad Pinkie comes up with a plan to find the real one, in which you would get all of them to do something that they would hate to do, and eliminate any who deviate, as the real one must have enough determination to endure it. Twilight agrees, and they all round the Pinkie Pies up into the town hall for the incredible event known as watching literal, actual paint dry. If any of them look away, they get freaking murdered.
Oh, hey, look at the birdie! Look what I can do with my hooves! Bet you can't make a face crazier than...
The real one ends up keeping her cool and they're all happy again, and the episode ends. I honestly think the most wholesome thing about this episode is that Pinkie Pie making clones of herself to accompany her friends means she's the kind of person who would rather make her friends happy that she showed up to see them than to actually have all of that fun herself. It puts into perspective why she's so focused on being joyful all the time, and I like that.
Come on, that little controller, baby, that looks like a dildo. I ain't trying to play my games with no dildo.
She's back and she's angry. Hope you remember season 1. After being humiliated by Twilly Spilly, we see the great and powerful Trixie return, but this time she has a $30 belt buckle on her. Now that's a good buckle.
You and I have some unfinished business. My magic's gotten better since I was here last.
You're also looking quite stylish there, darling. So Trixie now has some dark magical amulet that was being sold in a shop like a cheap toy. This amulet now allows Trixie to perform some quite unsettling magic.
You're lucky a rock farm would take the likes of you!
Good lord! She challenges Twilight to a duel under duress where the loser gets banished from Ponyville. Trixie performs an age manipulation spell on 2 ponies, but Twilight can't reverse it, meaning she gets thrown out of town. And I mean that unbelievably literally.
It's okay, guys. I'll figure something out.
When she's gone, Trixie takes over town and bullies everyone, while Twilight tries to think of something, so Zecora helps her out a little. They hatch a plan, and Twilight comes back to challenge Trixie to a rematch with an even more powerfuler amulet. At this point, it's becoming like, my PlayStation is better than your Nintendo 64. Trixie's ego calls for a second duel, and they duke it out, but Twilight's amulet is doing some freaky shit.
Ho-hum, so you can do an age spell, big deal.
That's nothing. Ever see one pony play 10 instruments? I can turn a mare into a stallion.
Uh-oh, the internet's caught your scent, Applejack. You better run now.
Well, Trixie, looks like my amulet is more powerful than yours. Hey, give it back!
You didn't even pretend to try, Twilight. Trixie swaps her amulet, but finds the new one isn't working because Twilight was using stage magic to fake it and trick her into taking the real one off. That would be a huge kick in the jockstrap for Trixie.
Why does life have to be so ironic?
Later on, Trixie's like, I've been a real butt plug, can you ever forgive me? And Twilight's like, I hate this bitch, but I have to set an example, so fine. Thus ending the saga of evil Trixie. But we shall see her later. So throughout this whole series, Rainbow Dash has been made out to be the strongest flyer in like the world or something, and always talks about joining the Wonderbolts. But only now, in this episode, she finally gets into the training academy. That's it, honestly. The plotline for the episode is something like her training partner is using scummy tactics, so she's like, if those are the kinds of people in the academy, then I don't want to be here. Then they're like, you're right, we'll kick her out and you can stay because you're the cool dude. That's it. Literally it. Man, season 3 is really underwhelming. There's nothing that interesting in my notes, at least. I mean, there's that one episode where the Cutie Mark Crusaders were trying to recruit Apple Bloom's cousin Babs, but the whole time I was just distracted by the fact she had like a really strong Bronx accent.
Yeah, and I promised to keep talking to my big sis about the teasing back home.
There's like no other episodes apart from the finale. Ooh, yes there is. Hold on.
Hey, it's happening! Everybody stay calm!
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm! Wait! Everybody calm down!
Ooh, when I first saw this episode, it made me a happy chappy. Spylight, Spainbow, Spinky, Sparity, and Spike are all waiting for Celestia to arrive in Ponyville for reasons I forgot, and she claims to be bringing a guest.
Maybe it's some pony so terribly important, she still had many more terribly important things to do before she got here.
Maybe the visitor has a deer antler, a goat leg, a bat wing, and a snake tail.
Yeah, right. That's Discord.
Why in the wide, wide world of Equestria would Princess Celestia bring along someone like that?
Maybe you should ask her.
God bless you, Celestia, for bringing him back to us, even if your motive is the stupidest thing imaginable. Apparently, the reason she's bringing back Dad is because she believes he can be converted to not be a total dickhead and use his chaotic magic for good. So naturally, she brings him back to the people that completely lost control of the situation when he first arrived. You're on a roll with these bad decisions, Celestia. This time, she brings the elements of harmony beforehand and casts uber magic to make sure Discord doesn't pull another fast one. Like that's supposed to stop him. Celestia says the most likely pony to accomplish this goal is Fluttershy because she's best at interspecies communication or something, I don't know.
I realize that this is a tall order, but I wouldn't ask if I weren't confident you could get him to use magic obediently of his own free will.
And you really think I'll know best how to do that?
I do.
So instead of staying there and making sure it's all G's, she just flies out of there. Strike 17, Celestia. See me in my office.
Well, it's about time some pony got me out of that prison block. What a relief.
He hasn't even been awake for 10 seconds, and he's already being a nuisance. See what you guys have done?
Try us, dipcord!
Language! This episode's purpose is to present Discord with the conversion to a recurring anti-hero of sorts instead of a villain. But that doesn't stop it from being fun to watch.
How'd you know about that?
Being turned to stone doesn't keep me from hearing every word Celestia says, although I admit it makes rolling my eyes a challenge.
My only assumption is that they really wanted to keep Discord in the show, but couldn't think of that many times to use him as a villain, so they just converted him instead. The way it happens is also a bit silly, if you ask me. To keep it brief as always, Fluttershy decides to treat him as a close friend in an attempt to make him appreciate friendship. Being the dickhead he is, he takes full advantage of her hospitality.
I never thought of that.
You big liar!
Now look who's a liar. Anyone can plainly see that I'm not big at all. Oops. There. All better.
He spends the episode trying to gaslight Fluttershy, being extremely egotistical, and then does this to her house.
I just want to make sure you know that if there's anything I can do to... are you eating paper?
Am I? Huh, how odd of me.
We really want to have a reforming spell up and running pronto. Uh-oh. What's wrong? Princess Celestia didn't cast a spell protecting our books. Everywhere I thought I'd find the reforming spell.
After flooding Sweet Apple Acres without anyone noticing, he says to Fluttershy he'll fix it if she promises never to use her element of harmony against him. She accepts, and he does exactly what you would expect.
I will never use my element of harmony against you.
Excellent. There, much better. I do prefer ice skating to water skiing, don't you?
Discord!
Now, Dr. Doolittle's all pissed, and she says she's not his friend anymore.
You think you can boss Discord around? You think I'm just going to turn all this back because you say so? Because if I don't, I'll lose the one friend I ever had? Well played, Fluttershy. Well played.
It seems a little contrived, if you ask me, but honestly, how the hell else are you supposed to write that? Considering the level of douchery they're dealing with, I think the episode is fine at least. Maybe they could have had a hint that he might like friendship before that ending and it might feel less contrived, but I don't know, whatever.
Don't care, don't care, don't care, still don't care. I don't care.
I hate how important this episode is because it smells like a big old sack of milk. It is so dumb, and the only important stuff is like the last 5 minutes. Basically, it's a musical episode, and the premise is the cutie marks of the main characters have been scrambled. But that's not even relevant. The relevant part is that at the end of the episode, Celestia decides that Twilight is ready. See before, and her graduation present is to turn her into a princess. Let that sink in for a second. Literal goddamn royalty. She even has wings now and everything. What an odd choice for a musical episode. I remember just being super bored watching this, and then that happened, and I was just like, oh, well that just happened, I guess. It's seriously a boring episode. The only good thing is this one song that sounded kinda nice, I guess. But you have to watch the whole damn thing to get to one of the most pivotal plot points of the entire series. Like, okay, season 3 over. That was a short one, clocking it at like 13 episodes. It's also the only season with 13. The rest are like 26-ish episodes, I think. I might just keep the video going then, why not? Anyway, on to season 4, boys. I see you. Put it back in your pants, you filthy little
It's called hentai, and it's art.
We're just speeding through this, aren't we, boys? Let's keep it up. So this episode is kind of interesting for a couple of reasons. The most obvious one being it's the first time Twilly has to deal with matters as a princess. She has to deal with the son of She has to deal with the son of I swear to God, that's like the 50th take. I just need to say the stupid damn words. Summer. Sun. Celebration. Why can't I say that? This is proving to be quite nerve-wracking for her as she hasn't even learned to fly yet. While she's in Canterlot, the other princesses are trying to comfort her and shit, but then the funniest thing happens. Celestia and Luna freaking disappear and the spooky forest is like invading everything. What's funny though is that nobody knows how long ago this happened because the sun and the moon haven't actually moved. So the kingdom is now under Twilight's control, which is like one hell of a trial by fire. She rushes back home and tells everyone to don the elements of harmony again and summon the most likely source of the problem. Of course it is. Everyone's like, get your tentacles out of here, you weirdo, and he's like, look, I like tentacle stuff as much as the next guy, but this one wasn't me. Everyone calls him a liar, and Fluttershy says maybe he ain't.
What if he really is telling the truth?
Well, finally! Some pony willing to give me the benefit of the doubt. The rest of you could learn a lot about friendship from my dear friend Shutterfly here.
It's Fluttershy.
Oh, right, whatever. Why don't you ask your zebra friend if she knows anything?
The hell is all that shit, said Cora. Take multiple trips. Idiot. So the ever-free forest grew wild and free, and it drove Zecora away from her home. Yippee. They ask if she has a way to help with this mess. I still hate her guts, but you know, I digress. She says, yeah, I got some shit you can do, but first I'm gonna need something from you. What is it? Asks Twilight. This situation is urgent. It's a potion, says Zecora, that I bought from a shady merchant. But in order for it to taste like cola and rum, you must use your newfound magic to turn it into cum.
Twilight, don't! You get glowing eyes disease!
Doesn't seem to be working.
No! The potion gives Twilight a vision relating to the source of the problem. She finds herself in front of Princess Luna in what is the most interesting part of the episode.
Did you really expect me to sit idly by while they all basked in your precious light?
Precious light?
There can only be one princess in Equestria, and that princess will be
So it turns out she's seeing the past, and what she's witnessing is the moment Princess Luna became Nightmare Moon and was banished by Celestia. This part I actually really liked because until now this was something that we never saw, we were only told about it. So to actually see this major historic event play out in real time is interesting, even if it does feel like Luna just decided, I want to be poopy head now. Once Celestia Kamehameha's Luna to the moon, Twilight wakes up and finds out she was uncontrollably crying the whole time, which is a little unsettling.
I, for one, found it delightful. Sort of a one-pony theater piece, if you will. You should really consider taking it on the road.
Then she drinks some more and goes back in time to when Discord was first turned into stone.
Playtime is over for you, Discord.
Oh, I doubt that. Oh, hungry?
Do you care about anything? At all?
You should see yourselves right now. The expressions on your face, so intense, so sure of yourselves. Hilarious!
Then she sees Celestia and Luna visit the Tree of Harmony.
The Tree of Harmony?
Yes, the Tree of Harmony, which is shaped like the mark on your bootay. We find out the Tree of Harmony is what used to house the elements of harmony, and it protects the forest from black tentacles and creepy weirdos who claim clopping as a form of high art.
Most people think that clopping is disgusting, I think, but I think that it can be classy.
In order to help the forest, they have to find out what's wrong with the tree. So after some anxieties about getting Twilight killed, Discord's shenanigans, and more reasons for pony hentai to exist, they restore the tree, free the princesses, and find a lockbox with no keys. Then at the end, they finally find out what caused the issue in the first place.
One thing I don't get. Why'd all this happen now?
I have no idea. Those seeds I planted should have sprouted up ages ago. Oh, hungry?
So apparently the seeds Discord was eating thousands of years ago were the cause, and the son of a bitch didn't even explain it. Sounds about right, honestly. Episode over. By the way, is it just me, or has the show started to look really damn good all of a sudden? I can't quite put my finger on it, but I feel like the art looks much more vibrant and detailed. I don't know, whatever, shut up.
You never actually see her genitals, but you see her humping Discord. You don't really know she's humping Discord until the last moment. You see, that one video had more impact on me than all the pictures of ponies just flashing their vaginas.
I thought you had to ring the school bell all week.
Oh yeah, I only had to ring it for like 5 minutes. They said that was good enough. Yeah, can't imagine why.
Hey pal, did you get a load of the nerd?
Pardon me?
You ready for another callback? Tough titties. Remember that book that I told you to remember from a while ago called Daring Do? Yeah, that's what this is about. Apparently the next Daring Do book has been delayed or cancelled or something, and Rainbow Dash is pissed. So she forces the gang to go find the author and find out what's wrong. Get this, by the way. The, author of the book, her name is... Okay, you ready? Her name is A.K. Yearling. You get it? You get what that's a reference to? I want to clap Rainbow Dash's cheeks. They go to A.K. Yearling's house, who is looking like a massive dweeb, and they find out that, whoa, she's real! It's Daring Do!
A.K. Yearling is Daring Do!
Give it back, Caballeron!
That's Dr. Caballeron to you.
He's from book 4, Daring Do and the Razor of Dreams. He wanted to partner with Daring Do on her adventures. I know, but she refused. I can't believe it. The real Daring Do and the real Caballeron! Awizodal has sought control of the Tenochtitlan Basin since book 3. True, but in book 4, she defeated Awizodal and secured control of the Amulet of Atonement, dispelling the dark magic of the Quetzalcoatl Empress, and thus protecting the basin with the radiant shield of Rasdom.
Daring Do loses against the villains from Uncharted 1, and she now has an injured leg. If my knowledge on horse medical treatment is correct, the next logical step is to shoot her in the face.
Are you okay? I got this.
She was just trying to help, Miss Do.
Daring Do doesn't need help. She handles her business herself.
Ooh, edgy. You're not exactly Batman, you know. Question 1, you 10 bitch. Why do you have a separate identity when both of your identities share the same address? Question 2, why would you hide a super important ancient artifact in an obviously shady looking book when the villains could just steal the book and bust it open by force? Question 3, shut up. Rainbow, I'm annoying as Sin Dash, then spends the episode trying to help Daring Do and just generally becomes a liability. At the very end of this Lara Croft installment, Rainbow saves her life, and as a sign of gratitude, the next book in the series features the details of Rainbow Dash's involvement and heroism. Bada bing, bada boom.
Look, I don't have time to argue.
Neither do I. Let's go!
I can't believe I'm even talking to her.
I'm gonna have a word with these writers.
Oh, delicious.
So I didn't really want to talk about the actual episode here, as there's really nothing interesting to discuss. However, I do want to talk about one thing. This episode has a song in it that, in my opinion, is really good.
Well, I for one don't have a doubt. These vermin must be stamped right out. I second that. They've got to go. These bats, they've got to hit the road. It comes down to just one simple fact. They've crossed the line. It's time to fight them. Stop the bats. Stop the bats.
And this is something I haven't talked about yet. This show has a lot of musical numbers scattered across the episodes, and they're not necessarily confined to musical episodes like that trash I showed you earlier. In comparison to the songs that I'll probably be showing you later, this one may as well be the equivalent of trapping a mosquito to your ear. Some of the songs in the show, in my opinion, are so good that I'm convinced the studio just wanted to flex their music budget, but we'll get to those in time. Don't worry. Also, you probably don't want to know this, but I'll tell you anyway. In this episode, Fluttershy turns into a vampire thing, and I found out the hard way that there is an unholy amount of pornography for this. Must have pushed some serious buttons, eh, Fluttershy?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Hello, Applejack.
What is it, Pinkie Pie?
Twilight says we have distant relatives.
That's wonderful, Pinkie Pie. But to be sure, let's go see the family historian.
But that is boring.
I'm always boring, Pinkie Pie. Who wants to sing a song?
Fuck you, Applejack.
Them's fighting words.
Shut the hell up, both of you. I'm sick of all this apple crap.
Where's your goddamn faith, Arthur?
Granny Smith's been playing video games again.
We have to keep our fighting a secret. Otherwise, Pinkie Pie might be put off.
Fuck off!
Don't expect to wake up tomorrow, Big Mac.
You are such nice people. I am so happy to be part of your family.
Honestly, I wish I could just separate myself from this family because you literally come to me every season or so. Whatever, I have nothing better to do, I guess. Pinkie Pie, the status on whether you are a member of the family or not is inconclusive. Therefore, I'm going to bed. Screw all of you.
That's the plan.
Oh, I wanted to be family.
Don't you see, Pinkie Pie? You're just like us, and you're good enough to be family. We may go through rough patches sometimes, but it's those times that show just how much we love family. Welcome to the family, Pinkie Pie.
I'm about to end my life real quick.
Damn, boy. Damn, boy!
You ready for another callback? Tough titties. This episode brings back that super sexy sounding voice for Fluttershy in that episode from season 1. However, the difference with this episode is she sings.
Hey, find it. Oh, why you can find it in your heart, yeah.
Stop. My penis can only get so erect.
Ooh, boy, I'm not gay or anything, but... You know what, I might be a little gay, who knows. So to sum up, Fluttershy wants to sing with an a cappella group, but she's too shy, but then Big Mac loses his voice while... Actually, the episode does a good job of summing up for me.
Big Mac, you got some splaining to do. Turkey call?
Yup.
Treasure voice?
Yup.
Zakora remedy?
Yup.
Not quick enough?
Nope.
Needed a deep voice?
Yup.
Poison joke?
Yup.
Flutter guy?
Yup.
Better now?
Yup.
And that shy Filli was living her dream in the shadows because she couldn't bring herself to come into the spotlight?
Yup.
And then at the end, everyone tries to tell Fluttershy that she did a good job to encourage her to sing on stage.
You totally blew my mind!
Incredible!
Though, no offense, you kind of sounded like a dude.
Bruh. Also, while writing the script, I only just noticed this, and I have to put it in. He full on just checks out that ass, just sweating, like, don't get a chub, not now, not in front of the kids. Shame on you, Big Mac. Save it for later, you high-calorie pervert.
Mr. Krabs, are you okay? I heard a wow! A pie!
So quite a while ago, while I was still deciding what this video series was going to be all about, I tried joining some different Discord servers with some bronies to try and get a feel for why they liked the show to properly understand that. Then, out of nowhere, this one dude messages me privately. He asked a simple question. Which one is your favorite pony? And that was a surprisingly difficult question that I never expected to get me thinking so much. Because honestly, I never thought about it. Who would? If I had to pick a favorite, would I pick the ones with the best written dialogue? What about the best written story arc? The ones with the funniest moments? Does it have to be a main character? Blah, 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 blah. Then I just decided, you know what? I'm gonna go with my gut on this one. So I just picked using my completely subjective opinions and thoughts. And the winner was Maud Pie.
Where's Maud? She's coming! You sure?
She's not quite as fast as me. I asked Gummy to stay with her in case she got lost. Is she even moving?
Maud Pie, if you couldn't tell already, is part of the Pie family, and she is the complete opposite of Pinkie.
Sedimentary.
Huh?
This is a sedimentary rock.
That's really fascinating, isn't it, girls?
She is Pinkie Pie's cousin? Hold on.
Shit!
She's Pinkie Pie's sister, and she lives on the rock farm her family owns. She loves rocks, has a monotone voice, has a pet rock named Boulder, loves her black sheep of a sister, and she is absolutely, positively adorable.
So, Pinkie Pie tells us you like games.
Boulder and I sometimes play a game called Camouflage. It's kind of like hide and seek, but way more intense.
Awesome. Of course, if you don't see anything that speaks to you, I would be happy to suggest
I like this one.
Pinkie Pie didn't tell us you were so funny.
What do you mean?
You about done peeling them apples for the cider, Maud?
I think this one is done. Should I peel another?
When I first saw her introductory episode, I thought, oh great, another quirky, edgy character who tries too hard to be different and is obnoxiously stubborn. But by the end of the episode, I understood that's not the case. She's simply someone who has a passion for rocks and has a bit of trouble communicating to others properly. Like when she's with the other characters, she seems to not like them, but she does. She just functions differently.
Yeah! Let's see you beat that!
Whoa! How'd you do that?
I threw it.
It's just so cute, honestly. I want to give her a hug. And that's why I'd probably say that Maud is my favorite character. So that's what I told the guy. And then he said, no, no, no. Which one is your favorite pony? And honestly, that one confused me. I came to the conclusion he was talking about if I had to pick one of the main characters. So to figure that out, I came up with a dumb little list of the main characters from 1 to 6, 1 being my favorite, 6 the least. I'll go from the bottom up. It goes Applejack at the bottom, because she's the most boring one by far, Fluttershy at 5th, because she's also boring but has good moments time to time, then Rainbow Dash, because she has good episodes generally, but I kind of hate her personality sometimes. Pinkie Pie at 3rd, because she's really entertaining most of the time, but at some occasions can be kinda eh. Twilight Sparkle 2nd, because she has the best flaws and most interesting character arc. And number 1 is Rarity. Now, why did I pick Rarity as my favorite there?
No one cares.
I'll tell you. First of all, I tend to really like the episodes that center around her, and I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because these episodes generally center around fashion, and I have a lot of interest in the fashion industry. If you've been to a clothing store for more than 5 minutes, you would know that I am also very successful in said industry, having worked for 65 years at Calvin Klein until going freelance, working for companies such as Gucci and Versace. I get, for God's sake. Calvin?
Zane, you picked up, thank you,
Calvin?
thank you. Oh.
Calvin?
Look, please, I just...
Slow down.
Alright, I'm sorry.
What the hell do you want?
I'm sorry, alright, okay. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. We're in a bad place, man. We just...
Oh yeah, no shit, huh?
Last 3 years of product, haven't sold at all, man. The stores are returned en masse. We got shipping containers full of clothes. No one wants them.
Uh-huh. And you called me why?
You know why.
Oh my god, look!
The best, Zane. You are the best. Please, I'll pay you anything. What do you want? Just name it.
Look, dude, I don't want to work for your shitty company anymore. The thing is, when I worked there, it was just nonsense, alright? You got, like, freaking designers at reception sometimes, okay? Like, what's the deal with that? That was just the stupidest thing I've ever seen. You couldn't run a goddamn company if it saved your life, alright?
No, Zane, those days are behind us, Zane. You'll never have to see a reception again. You'll be in a golden penthouse by yourself with everything you need and all of the assistance you could ever want. Please.
Listen, man. Listen. I'm freelance now, okay? I'm freelance, meaning I can do whatever I want. So you know what? I have it made. You know why? Because I'm making fucking videos for a shitty YouTube channel! Secondly, I honestly feel like Rarity is the most likable. She's always really nice to people while also giving off the vibe that she's easy to talk to, even if she is a bit prissy. Honestly, there's not much else to say there. Among the 6 main characters, she's my personal favorite. So that's what I told the guy. And then he asked me which one I would have sex with, and I said, I don't know, buddy. I don't usually think about having sex with quadrupeds.
Don't fuck with me! I have the power of God and anime on my side! Wait,
Have you ever wanted to teach your kids the daunting lesson that adults can't even fathom on looking out for scams that claim to be miracle cures while also presenting them with a delicate scenario in which there's an ethical dilemma where either answer could lead to bad consequences? Then boy, do I have the episode for you! So Flim and Flam are back, and they got the faith of the Lord in them. And by that, I mean they're selling miracle cures, which I personally find to be one of the most deplorable scams you can make. Before I continue, I just want to say that anyone who sells shit like miracle cures or anything remotely similar is a vile and terrible human being, and there is a special place in hell for people like that. Remember to be vigilant for scams, and remember to always do research when purchasing goods or services, because if it seems too good to be true, then it most likely is.
Believing in something can help you do amazing things, but if that belief is based on a lie, eventually it's gonna lead to real trouble.
That applies to psychic mediums, by the way. They are not special. Anyone can do it. It's called cold reading. Don't pay for them. Anyway, I digress. This episode deals with the subject of miracle cure scams in a great way, in my opinion. It presents the scam while also presenting a small moral dilemma for Applejack, which is thankfully not too complicated for a child to understand. Here's the context. After the Apple family have what seems to be a drowning party, Flim and Flam enter town with their new product, a miracle cure tonic, and they are as obnoxious as ever.
Now I know our claims seem fantastical, impractical, improbable, impossible, and magical!
So after a cheesy song and curing a man with crutches on stage, who we later find is a plant in the audience, everyone seems to be buying it, including Granny Smith, after they claim it makes you youthful again. Applejack is suspicious of this tonic, but it seems to be having a placebo effect on Granny Smith, letting her do things she couldn't usually do. Applejack then finds out about the audience plant and confronts them, but then Flim and Flam weasel their way out of it with this.
The fact is that Granny is happier now than before she tried it.
I guess.
So, the question is, do you really want to be the pony who takes all that happiness away?
Honestly, Apple Bloom, as long as it works, I don't suppose it really matters.
It may be obvious to extremely mature and sophisticated cartoon-watching adults like us that they're just trying to manipulate Applejack and that writing them out is the best thing to do. However, this is a show made for children, and knowing that, this is a pretty tricky situation to present a young'un. Do you let people be happy with their ignorance, or tell everyone to prevent potential further harm to already sick people? By the end, Applejack does the right thing after Granny Smith nearly kills herself, and honestly, I couldn't think of a better way to present this issue. It shows the problem, why it's harmful, and what to look for. Moral of the story, always look both ways before crossing the road. Not gonna lie, this episode is actually freaking sick. And it starts off with Twilight Sparkle having an existential crisis.
I've just been feeling a little unsure about things lately. It doesn't seem that my new role as a princess equates to all that much.
I'm glad the writers picked that up, because I was wondering the same thing. Why was she made a princess? There's already 3 of them. She even brings this up with the other princesses, but they decide to sing a song about it instead.
We understand you wanting more, a chance to shine, a chance to soar. Soon will come the day it turns around. Know that your time is coming soon, as the sun rises, soon as the moon, as love finds a place in every heart. You are a princess, you'll play your part. You are a princess, you'll play your part.
That didn't help at all.
They literally just told her to wait and see what happens. Like, what? Come on! It's like if you were given the title of regional manager and you asked, manager of what? And they say, you'll find out soon enough. Like, no, you obviously did it for a reason, tell me. So anyway, this dude is wandering around in the middle of the night, and we all know what that means. He gets sucked by an old man.
I am Lord Derek, and I will take what should have been mine long ago.
This is Tyrek, an ancient being that loves the sweet, sweet taste of horn juice. He's hell-bent on consuming all magic in the world and becoming the most powerful thing in the universe, and he has just broken free from his imprisonment in Tartarus. That's not a joke, they sent him to literal Tartarus.
And Tyrek was sent to Tartarus for his crimes.
See? Luna finds out he escaped because she was spying on Celestia's dreams. If you ask me, that's a little creepy and invasive, but as someone with chronic nightmares, I wouldn't mind having her watch over my sleep because God knows I need it. She can perv all she wants, I don't care. The princesses are like, Twilight's the horse for the job, but Celestia's like, nope, let's send the most untrustworthy person to go find someone with potentially limitless and apocalyptic power.
I'm afraid I must call in another to stop Tyrek. Discord.
As in Discord? Discord?
As dumb an idea as it seems, the logic is sound, at least in the world's logic. Tyrek is currently causing massive imbalance in the world's magic, and Discord, being a representative for disharmony, is majorly receptive to it, meaning he's basically a Tyrek radar. So Discord's on the job, who is now a good little boy with an unsettling crush on Fluttershy.
We're still on for tea later, aren't we, Fluttershy?
I wouldn't miss it.
Tyrek, I presume.
So Discord is about to imprison the enfeebled Tyrek, but then Tyrek tries to use his silver tongue to join forces with Discord.
Oh, I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing it for my friends. Just between the two of us. It's mostly for Fluttershy.
Fluttershy? You are Discord. You are legend. You cannot fall into the same trap that claimed my brother. Help me to grow strong and be rewarded with something far greater than friendship. Freedom.
So Discord buys it. Strike 25, Celestia. Anyway, while Discord's away, the others try to find out how to open the lockbox at the Tree of Harmony that I mentioned earlier. They need 6 keys, and they found a whopping total of none. So where are they? Maybe they were inside of them all along. I can't even believe that's what they need to open the lockbox. So throughout the season, there's just random episodes where at the end of the resolution, the character's eyes just go all shwoof. This means they did something that represents their element, and all the objects associated with the shwoof are the literal keys. I'm not joking. What a stupid thing. Although it turns out Twilight doesn't have her shwoof yet. Then Celestia sends a letter like, Twilight, I messed up. Help! Twilight goes back and is like, what the hell did you do? And Celestia's like, Discord's joined forces. Yeah, no shit. Discord's only been reformed for like a week and he's thousands of years old. That's like offering a glass of wine to an alcoholic that decided they wanted to go sober 20 minutes ago. Anyway, Tyrek almost absorbs all magic in Equestria, including the ability for Pegasi to fly, which doesn't make sense because basic science does that. And he's coming for the princesses to absorb their alicorn magic, which, if you didn't know, is the word they use to refer to ponies with both wings and a horn. That's an alicorn. They're like, shit, we can't let him have our magic, it's too powerful. Then one of them goes, quick, cram it all in Twilight. So now Twilight has the horn juice of 4 princesses coursing through her veins, which I can only assume feels like 4 cups of coffee, 2 lines of Coke, 4 lines of Pepsi, listening to Nightcore at 200 decibels, grabbing PlayStation 1 Lara Croft's ass and giving Pikachu a soft kiss on the cheek all at the same time. They tell her not to tell anyone so that Tyrek doesn't know how important she is, and she goes back home. As soon as she does, Tyrek goes to the princesses.
What have you done? Where is your magic?
Then he finds Twilight stained glass, like, who the hell is that? Then Discord's like, what are you, stupid? That's the 4th princess. And he's like, Discord's like, don't worry, I know where she lives. They go back, Discord captures the main characters, and then Tyrek pulls the switcheroo and schloops Discord. Whoopity-doo, you're a stupid poo.
Surely you saw this coming.
I didn't. I truly didn't.
Now let me be real. The next solid 5 minutes is some of the sickest shit I've ever seen come from a show designed for little girls. We get a jacked up, unstoppable apocalypse machine versus a jacked up sparkle machine.
Princess Twilight!
Tyrek!
You have something that belongs to me! You're going to give me what I want.
Guess who's homeless? This entire next segment is just insanely action-packed and genuinely fun to watch, and it really shows that Lauren Faust wasn't kidding about taking inspiration from shows like Transformers and Mutated Turtle Kids. Like, this shit is awesome.
Understand what your fellow princesses have done.
10.
So she nearly kills the bitch, and then he's like, shit, I have to use leverage now. So he says, hand over your magic or your friends get a bad case of death. And she's like, God damn it. And now Discord's being all mopey.
You're the pony who taught me that friendship is magic. I had magic and friendship, and now I don't have either.
That's a schwoof, that's the schwoof, she got it. So she hands all the magic over because now all she needs to do is go to the lockbox, open it, and defeat Tyrek. Easy money. They open the box, play a little dress up, and then Tyrek gets shrunk to the size of a pea. Discord's a good guy again, magic gets restored, Twilight gets a castle as reparations for Celestia's incompetence, and gets dubbed the Princess of Friendship. The end. A surprisingly explosive finale that I was sure they couldn't live up to. I was wrong, but we'll get to that later. Another season done. Here on out, the show gets pretty banger and there's a lot more to talk about, but I'll try my best to be concise. See you next time! Coolio.
Twilight says we have distant relatives.
It was good, it was good.
Pull it together, Zane.
God.
Why are you breaking even more? I'm not doing anything.
I don't know, I'm like thinking about it. Can you say boring with like a flicked R? So like a boring.
But that is boring.
Okay, so Apple Bloom, go.
Dead. Oh, fuck, sorry.
That's a line, that's it, you did it. Cool. Alright, Pinkie Pie, Gandhi.
You are...
Fucking hell.
You are such nice people. I am so happy to be part of your family.
Wasn't that like family delivery? That was so good. That was so good.
No feedback on any Pinkie lines. Good.
Oh, I wanted to be family.
Didn't think Gandhi could sound sad.
He's got range, damn it.